Welcome back to Sussex Farms for episode 27 with me, MrSealyp. It's late autumn. It's 8:58 in the morning. The sun has only really just come up properly. I've been around feeding the animals, clearing out the feed areas. I've taken a load of bales. Actually, I cleaned out the feed areas with the wheel loader, dumped that off here, the silage from the cows, into the silo, and then I actually threw a load of the small bales out the barn into the bucket of the wheel loader and took those to the pigs. The cows are going to need some more putting in, but what I'm doing at the moment is just replenishing the stocks for the pigs. 2 lots of the feed are done. I think we're just on to... Actually, I better check that. I think it's just the wheat and barley at the moment. We're up to 73 pigs. They just keep on going. Still no more cows, no more sheep. Yeah, the wheat and barley needs topping up. So we're going to do that now. We'll do it from the barley. Don't know why. Won't need that much, but... The potato field, field 10, is ready to harvest, and the harvester is cracking. I didn't release it. I left it there, and we got charged overnight for an extra fee. I think it was only just over 1,000, something like that. And as you've seen, we've done a few more transport contracts yesterday to build the money up. We're up to 567,000. I did take on a contract at Jack and Jill to take to the transport company, and I had another one of those flinging the loader across the map. And it wasn't the 356, the Massey Ferguson 356. I was using the other one, the skid steer loader, the smaller one, 771, 711. Anyway, so I came back out to a previous save, and when I came back on, there were no transport jobs available. This is what I mean. I've got a load of bales there, put them on the ground, and we'll do the same again for the cows. We'll put a load in there. It's used all the ones from last night, but we're ticking on alright. I want to get the potato field cleared, and then what we're going to do today is, in this episode anyway, today, is plough out and repurpose, join those together. So I think we're going to join 10 and 8 and 7 and 9 together, I think. I have taken on a contract for fertilising on field 25, which will pay a little bit more. But I'm thinking possibly transport jobs, because I've had a couple more now where I've had bales fling across the map. And weirdly, I've done contracts up at Jack and Jill before and not had a problem. So I don't know why that suddenly did that. Yeah, I'm going to take this over to the field where they're doing the the potatoes actually, because I'm going to need to unload from there. I'll then take the Lamborghini over to do the fertilising contract on field 25. I'm thinking we'll keep plugging away with the feed we've got. Possibly early winter we'll start making our winter feeds up. Maybe, I'm trying to think. Yeah, so I'm going to join sort of 2 halves. I'm not going to make it into one big field because we've got this bit in the middle, but we will extend it. That's going to be nearly full, isn't it? Can't be far off. I don't know why I'm not running with my lights on, but loving the fence. I really loved this mod when I used it on the Pinky, so it's cracking to it back. And don't get me wrong, I love the Fiat Agri. I think it's a brilliant mod. I really did like it. It was just a little bit too loud for recording, unfortunately, but excuse me, I was very wheezy all of a sudden today. Don't know why that is. I'm trying to clear a bit this end, doing a strip that way, so I've got enough turning room that when I start running it that way. But actually, to be fair, I might just leave it going side to side. There's enough run off this side, and once I get past the trees just there, there'll be enough run off this side. And it can't be far off full actually, so what we'll do, just let it move forward. We'll swing around. There we go. And unload. So that will carry on plugging away. This field will be repurposed. We'll plough the gaps between the two, but we will need to buy the land that goes around this and between the two. So that'll be a purchase in its own right. I think we haven't done a water run to the. I'm just thinking if I'm not going to do transport jobs for a little while because I'm a little bit worried about the problems I've been having. Maybe a water run to the car wash to replenish them. Maybe. So, stop that there. Lights. Let's go and sort out this fertilising contract. Okay, we're heading over to field 25. I'm thinking, you know, about getting one of those vans. You know the new van mod that came out? I think for doing odd jobs around the yard, moving bales around, because it's got a trailer hitch as well. Maybe even feeding the animals, doing little, maybe delivery runs, or I don't know, it's not that expensive to buy. Just wondering how useful it might be. Because you can put loose material in the back of it as well. It does make life a little bit easier. Right, this is field 25. It's a big field, but this has got a nice wide spread on it. I need to get this just right, so we don't waste any. So open up the tracks. Might have just gone a little bit too far. Let's try it again. That's better. Right, this pays out about 15 grand. What we'll do while we're doing that, let's have a look. That progress is coming on alright with the harvesting. How much is the bit around it? 81 grand. Okay, that's not too bad. Which means, yeah, 7 and 9 I'm going to join together. But what I'm probably going to do is kind of come round the island, you know what I mean? The bit in the middle. What I can also do, I've got a bit of runoff at the side there. I can extend out a little bit there. But there is grass around the side of it, which I'm going to leave. Before we get to winter, I might cut all that as well, and put that into storage as grass for the sheep. Because I can give them grass or hay. I'm just thinking if it's there before the winter hits and time that kills it all off, I might as well cut it and use it. But I've got room to extend, and I can probably go a little bit further with this one as well, 10 and 8. Because there's quite a lot of grass around the side of that one. I can probably go a fair bit further out. I know it's going to mean I'm probably going to take the tracks out, won't use the tracks, but why not? If I've got the land there, I might as well use it. So my choices now are, do I get a van? I could do both. And then we need to start looking at what we're going to do about the pig feed situation, about what we're going to buy. Whether it's going to be the individual crops or whether or not we're going to just go for pig food. It's another one of those dilemmas. So anyway, yeah, I think maybe I'm going to do... I've got water in storage, I've got a load of water. Every time I've been filling up the water for the animals every morning, I've been getting fresh water, use what's in the tanker, and then the excess putting into the storage. So I've got a load of water sitting in storage, so I could take a full load. I think I'll do that. So I'm going to leave this going. This won't take too long to finish this field. Let's go and do a load of water to the... I mean, if anything, that won't be far off paying for if I do decide to get a van. I think I'm going to get a van. Yeah, why not? Man with a van. You know what it's like? For those slightly smaller jobs, I can go and clear people's gardens for them and that kind of thing. Pop's a local tip, because we don't like fly tipping farmers. I know I'm not an actual farmer, but I know farmers don't like it, and I can totally understand why. Just jumped in the Griffin and realised what an absolute filth monger it is. Look at the state of it. So, give it a quick rub down with a chamois leather and we'll be fine. No problem at all. Again, this is one of those things, I don't need to move the jet wash around. It becomes a kind of habit. Like you can just point it at something and it will clean it. But if you just kind of get into the habit of, I don't know why, I suppose because you do it in real life, it's like, you know, start from the top, work your way down. Right, that looks better. It's funny how real world things kind of just carry over, you just do it without even thinking. Shall I reverse all the way back over? Yeah, why not? So, interesting to see actually how much I've got in storage. Because like I say, all the surplus I've just been putting in here. Water, 110,000 litres. Okay, not as much as I thought I had in here, but... Because I did put in a standpipe over here, one of the modded standpipes. I put that there anyway. Initially, forgetting that I had the storage there. So I was filling up from the standpipe. I mean, you can go all the way over to the free water point, which is over by the coast. But I thought it's easier, I just put one here and I can sort out the animals whenever I need to. And because the cows are using quite a bit, I was finding it was just easier to use the big tanker. But I know, I'm waffling, I know, but I'm just trying to explain. So, we'll take this to the car wash. I'm not sure if that's the best price at the moment, but that's what needs water, the car wash. And what we get is what we get. See what I mean though? I've got this big runoff here. If I buy that plot of land, I've got all of that excess here. It does have grass on it, so I can definitely extend the fields out there. I think next year is going to be really profitable, hopefully crop-wise, provided we don't have any crops that fail or anything like that. We should be alright. I didn't see a thing come up for the harvester as it stopped running. No, it's still turning around. I suddenly thought, I bet any money you like it's come up saying it's got a full tank full. It needs sorting out. As per usual, I'm too busy gabbing and I missed it. But that's the last of the fields that needed harvesting, field 10. I was hoping it was going to be ready today. And when I first kind of went through the night and kind of got up and it was 7:30, pitch black, and it wasn't ready to harvest, I thought, oh no. We're going to be really chancing our arm, aren't we, going through into winter, but we're alright. Go right the way round. I just want to point out I do this every time, point out at this point, that video I did on the SUSSEX FARMS fuel station was simply off the back of people asking me about it. It was no way a slight on Jim or his map making abilities or anything like that. I wasn't criticising the fact that he hadn't put a trigger in there to buy fuel. I know why he didn't put it in there, because he wanted it to be a job that you did and you filled up your tankers, because realistically your farm machinery you're not usually going to fill up at a petrol station. I know that's why, but a lot of people did ask me, so that's why I did it. I don't want people to think I'm being nasty or horrible, not at all. I cannot, I think you probably all know by now, my regular viewers, and if you're new, how highly I regard Jim. We were reminiscing on Discord the other day about when we first had contact with each other way back. Life was much simpler then. A simpler time. And he was just starting on building the first Spectacle Island in FS19. First map he was ever working on, and wow, look where he's come since then. 29 grand, there we go. That will do. So we're up to 596. I reckon when we sell some of the potatoes as well off that field, we're going to be over 300,000, which means I can buy that plot of land for 80 something, pick up a van, and we still shouldn't be too much into our money for buying. I'm just conscious of the fact I made all that money selling chaff the other day to buy feed for the animals for winter if I need to, and I don't want to use that on other things. I don't want to suddenly think, oh, I bought all this lovely machinery and then didn't save any money back for buying feed. So anyway, I will continue, clear those potatoes, and then we'll look at that bit of land and around. This stopped at 99% complete. It just didn't like it going over past where the trees were, so I think we're almost there. There you go, contract on field 25 finished. That's all that's to do. Just that tiny little bit left. The worker had stopped. Close that track down. Go on to here, 15,400. We'll collect on that. I forgot that was running. I was quite surprised that popped up. I was like, oh yeah, got a whole contract going. Do I pick up another one? I think we're right for the time being. 612,000. We're doing all right. I know I'm going to spend a whole load of that, but why not? Actually, you know what? While we're here, while we're talking about that, let's buy that plot of land. Let's do it. So, let's buy that for 81,000. Fantastic. I think what I'll do, if I mow it and clear it first, rather than start extending the field and then use up some of the grass I could have cut, it kind of makes more sense to do that bit first. So I'll get on with that. Got a few jobs I need to be doing. You've seen me cut grass before. I'll cut it. I'll have the mowers set on swath mode. I'll pick up the loading wagon and we'll stick that into storage, so we can feed that to the sheep through the winter. Or we've got hay. I don't know how much we'll get off of it, but it will certainly add to the mix of feed we've got. There's no way that's going to turn into hay now, so there's no point trying to turn it into hay. I could also take it and put it into a bunker silo. Oh, that's the point. The bunker silo. That's got to be fermented, hasn't it? It's got to be ready by now. We'll check on that too. That's right, ladies and gents, I have become that man. I am White Van Man. Now, I'm just thinking actually, that may just be a UK thing, mightn't it? I don't know. Do you have that in the US or anywhere else around the world? Canada and all different places people watch me, New Zealand and Australia and Sweden and the Netherlands and wherever else you're from. It's a thing. I think my understanding is that companies would buy white vans because they were the cheaper versions to buy than getting coloured paint and that kind of stuff, I think. And then the guys that work for those companies would drive those white vans, and because the van doesn't belong to them, because it's a company van, they're a little bit more reckless with it. generally speaking, and it's a generalisation, it's one of those ridiculous things, that on the roads, generally speaking, the man in the white van is, what's the best way of putting it, not the politest of drivers, bit of a menace on the roads, that kind of thing. I don't know if that's even a thing anymore, but it always used to be, the white van man. But anyway, we've got a new van. It was, I think, 40 grand. I think it was 40, 41. I've got the ramps, so we can do that. We can load something onto the back if we want to, or when we do that, we can then put pallets on. We can put that back, and then we can put the straps on to strap down pallets if we want to. We've got a trailer hitch on the back, and here's the reason why. Because I thought for around the yard work, we can do other stuff with it as well. Because it's self-contained and won't require a tractor to pull a trailer, for things like feeding the pigs, because this has got an 8,000 litre load bed, I can put the feed in it and feed them in the mornings and that kind of thing without having to get a trailer and, you know, a 23,000 litre trailer. I can throw the small bales in the back for the time being until they run out, to take those for the bedding if I want to. But also I've got the smaller water tank. Now I know that's not necessarily going to be so good for the cows, because the cows get through a fair old amount. But when I'm feeding the animals in the morning, I can... oh, of course I've come in the wrong way, haven't I? I can hook up like so, and I can take my water round with me with feed in there and water, and kind of do it all in one trip fairly. I mean, it's not going to be a perfect solution to a problem, but it's not a bad one. So yeah, we are now the proud owner of a white van. I could have gone for any colour, but I don't know why the white van man thing just hit me. Right, what we are going to do though is just stop here a second. I'm going to show you this. So yeah, the bunker silo. Let's just open up my help menu. We are fermented 100% open silo. Bang. Okay, so we're good to go on using that. Now what I can do is empty that out completely and put it into the main silo, so I can make all my total mix ration from the main silo, from the pipe on the silo, like I've done before. Or I can mix the two first ingredients there at the silo, bring it over here, and then load the silage in from here. But if I want to free up the bunker silo, I really need to put it into storage. I don't need to, but here's the thing. The grass I was taking off of my newly purchased piece of land, we got 148,960 litres off that, because we already had 19 litres in storage, because Jim always leaves you a little bit. So yeah, that's not bad off that. Now that's going to get me through the winter, no problem at all for the sheep. The beauty of that being, of course, that it means I don't have to touch the hay. The hay I can leave there to be used to make total mixed ration. So I'm not trying to I won't be spreading my hay too thin, so to speak. The potato field is almost finished. I've got another full load which I need to go and grab. I've had 2 full loads up already. I'm on the 3rd, so that'll be about 20, 40, 60, 63,000 litres, and we've had about 36 grand I think we've been paid. We get about 12 grand for each load we've been selling, so that'll be about 36 grand, and then whatever else is left in the I'm not quite sure why I'm taking this over here. You can see them just over there in the hazy morning light. The harvester is continuing, got a full one, and I'm also fertilising the field with the Agramash BM75 at the same time. So what we'll do is put this back up in the yard. I need to start finding homes for all these things. I suppose I could put this to the other side of the mowers. Oh no, I'll stick up here for the time being. I know it's going to stick out a bit, but if I reverse in, then the load bed will be undercover and the cab will be exposed, which is probably the better way round of doing it. Fantastic. Right, so let's go and get on with those. Yeah, so yeah, grass is off. That's good. It was worth having that bit of land. I'm going to extend that. I've got a couple of options now with that as well. The grass, if I didn't want to give it to the sheep, I could empty the bunker silo, put that grass into the bunker silo, cover it, ferment it if I wanted to. With this here, I said before I can extend these out, and I'm going to extend these out because I've got a lot of land off to the side here. So I'm going to extend these fields out, probably a fair way out actually. Now I could do that, or on my map here, rather than extend these sides out here and use these for grass, use these as fields, I could just plough out my grass field 5 or plough out my grass field 3. I'm thinking 5 I'm going to leave because it's right by the sheep, so it kind of makes perfect sense. But I'm looking at the land that I would gain. I reckon by extending these fields out I'm going to gain more than field 3. I mean it's a gamble, I don't know, either way around, but there's a few different ways I can tackle this. So I'm going to go and get the next load of potatoes, we'll go and sell those, and then I am going to get these fields ploughed together and sorted before the end of this episode, I promise. Okay, the potato harvest is done, so fields 9 and 10 are now completely cleared. I've sold the last lot of potatoes, we made about 12, like 12 and a bit, nearly 13 grand. We've got another 10,678 litres on here. This will be taken off and sold as well. Like I say, I am using the BM75 Diagram Ash to fertilise, which I'm going to get that going now because it caught up with the harvester. The Keeler 2, I'm just going to move to one side. Let's fold this all up. Pipe in. Fold that away. We'll pull this to one side out of the way. This will be collected by the fantastic guys in store. Put that there. But the class needs refuelling and it needs a bit of maintenance, so we're going to go to the workshop and get that sorted out now. Don't know why I'm going around the ploughed field. It's a tractor, it's designed to go over a ploughed field. I'm not damaging anyone's crops because it's my field. We're on 17.9 hours on this, wow. Tractors do see some work. I think we're going to do some chickens as well. We do need to get some chickens on the go, don't we? Why not? First things first, we'll refuel. I think I've got enough in here. Yep. Plenty. Fantastic, that's that done. Next. And let's go right to the end. Jump out. So, what do we need? A bit of repair work, please. Oh, 190. I thought it would be worse than that. Do I want to repaint it? No. Of course not. We are good to go. Fantastic. That'll need to be cleaned. The Bednar trailer is absolutely, it's a mess. So we'll get rid of the potatoes in that. That and this will need to get a serious wash. And let's get on with that field. Actually, I can go this way, can't I? Snip across my own property here. Field 10 has been ploughed. That's now being gone over a second time with the Agramash. What I need to do now is allow create fields. That should be L1 triangle. Drop the plough. There we go. I'm going to do one strip along here on field 9. Just to extend it a little bit. I'm going to go further out the other side and I'm going to join field 9 and field 7. I think it's 7. Could be 8. Doesn't matter if it's not perfectly straight, it's not the end of the world. And it doesn't matter if I go off the edge here a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit... I think all these extra bits that I'm ploughing now are going to need liming. And obviously they're going to need the fertilising states done, which I will do. But what I'm going to do is at the ends here, I'm going to just make it a bit more twiddly. It's going to make life a little bit more difficult when it comes to actually harvesting and stuff like that. This bit I think I'm going to leave, but from about here, I think... Probably about there... Yeah, maybe. Let's drop that down. I did this a lot on Bjornholm originally on... I changed so many things on it because I wanted it to be more interesting, the field shapes and stuff like that. And this is what I'm going to do here as well. Just extend these out a bit, why not? Like I say, it's going to make life a little bit more interesting when it comes to seeding and harvesting and stuff like that, but that's the whole point, isn't it? I want it to be more interesting. I'm going to leave the gap between these sets of fields the same. Because I don't want, if I do run anything crossways, I don't want them overlapping and going over to the next field. So this space here is going to stay. I'm not touching that. If we check on the map now, it should show us, yeah, so it needs lime. So the new bits are all going to need lime. I'm going to extend further out here and up there. I'm not going to do all of it, not going to come all the way out. I mean, I could, I suppose, match the side of the roundabout there and come a bit further up. But you kind of get the gist of what I'm going with. Why not? Cruise control on. I really do need to decide how far out am I actually going to go. I probably need to do that from the bottom end where the roundabout is. I do want to leave a bit around the outside because I'm probably going to do a bit of landscaping and put a track around the outside. So if I did want to go around the outside, I can. Again, I don't have to, and it doesn't matter that I'm coming out because it's all going to be ploughed out anyway. What we'll do is we'll swing around there, head back down to this end. Oh, the trees, I forgot about the trees there. I might need to remove one of those, or both of those actually. That's probably going to be the best bet. Oh, the 3 there, aren't they? Oh, I can't go much further this end where I'm heading because as you get out towards the road I don't own the land, it only comes out so far, so I can't go too far this way. I've got room to put in another couple of strips, I reckon. So go to about there. Say about there. can take those. I'm just thinking actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to go at a bit of an angle here, follow the hedge. So I can still put in a track if I want to, by the side of it. I don't know if I will, but... And then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll take the trees out later on. But this just gives me my edge, I know where I'm going to. Again, it just doesn't matter if it's not straight, it's not the end of the world. I'll see you in a minute. We've got a bit more of this done. And we'll see a bit more where we're at. Right, field 7 and 9 is done, bar taking the trees down. I'm going over with the Agramash just to give it a fertilising state. It's going to need liming, all the extra bits are going to need liming. Then possibly, I'm just thinking because the lime, I don't know if I'll be able to fertilise on top of that, so I might have to cultivate, then stick a second fertilising layer on. So, we can come out a little bit, you can see how much I've extended them out. Made them so much bigger. Loads more space, loads more field capacity or growth capacity, which is what we were aiming for. There are going to be a couple of spots on the map on these fields where potentially we'll have a couple of issues if we hire workers. We can deal with those as and when. That's again not an issue. I didn't raise the plough, I thought I'd raised it. But we've done alright today. Potatoes sold, a few more contracts at the start, land bought. A few little bumps here and there, but again that's not too bad. New white van, bit of repair work on the class. So I'm thinking as we move into early winter, like I said before, I think feed production is going to be something we need to look at, and yeah, keep working our way forward. Like I said, I'm not going to do a cover crop. I think we're too close into winter now and there's a risk of the cover crop failing anyway. So I might as well just wait and seed in spring. Get all my fields on the go. And we'll do a kind of a regular spring and autumn harvest. Yeah, we're not far off pigs. Not pigs, definitely not pigs, but the sheep and the cows producing. Then we'll start getting some milk and stuff like that. But yeah, loving every minute of it. Loving it. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I certainly have. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.